Hi, Trevor here, reflecting on live stream music. Thank you for stopping by. Well, coming again today, you're very welcome. I trust you enjoyed my last video on film composer Henry Mancini, theme from Pink Panther, Baby Elephant Walk, and also the tune to Moon River. This guy has written for so many movies, it's not funny, so it's great to give him a bit of a tribute. We're going from there to 1999 in Melbourne. These guys are a bit of a blend of jazz and funk. Some of the guys in there: Ollie McGill, Ryan Munro, Harry Angus, Felix Ribby, Will Hull Brown, and DJ Jumps. These guys originally started out as a 9-piece jazz outfit called Jazz Cat, but they would consolidate that to a 3-piece and call themselves the Cat Empire. And they well and truly got well known around the clubs in Melbourne. Melbourne is just a really good place to get discovered and known. In 2001, they did release a live EP that went pretty well. And from that point onwards, the following was pretty big for these guys. There's just something different about these guys. They're taken live. It's quite amazing. And they did play at a number of festivals around Australia and also some overseas touring as well. 2003, they did get signed to EMI and Virgin, and out came the self-titled album. And this particular song, Hello, which was probably their first big hit, was on rotation with BBC One in many places around the world. One thing that also helped these guys was they played at WOMAD in Adelaide. It's an iconic international music festival, and these guys never looked back from that point onwards. We've got an official and live version of Hello tonight below. Now, just have a look at these guys. It's just something quite corny and unique and compelling about these guys. You've got a bit of funk, guitar, drums. You've also got brass in there as well. And Felix has just got a way of commanding the microphone and the stage and singing some of the lyrics that he actually writes. He's just got a way about him. And the Cat Empire really are quite unique in many ways. Hello, it's interesting when we say hello to someone. What are we hoping for? Well, we're hoping for a hello back. Could be, oh, hello, how you doing? Or, hello, how are you? Or, hi, or, how you doing? Or, remember Joey in Friends, how you doing? When we say hello to someone, what are we hoping back? We're just hoping for a bit of a response, aren't we? A bit of connection, a bit of camaraderie, maybe a friendship will be born. Perhaps you see a cute girl or guy across a crowded room and you walk over and say, hello, how are you? Can I buy a drink? We don't really know how it's going to go, do we? We don't know how the hell it's going to go. We just know that sometimes we've got to give it a bit of a go and see what happens. Otherwise, what we could do is you could just stay on the other side of the room and not say hello and just think, well, it probably wasn't going to go well anyway. It's interesting how these thoughts come in our mind, isn't it? We think, well, yes, I'd love to go and say hello to that person, but I'm a bit scared. It's not going to go well. I'm a bit shy. And so we don't ever do it. And we think, oh, and then we walk leaving, oh, that wasn't a good night. And we think, oh. Or I actually have heard itself, someone will say they'd never come and talk to me. You could be in a club and no one's coming to talk to you or say hi to you. And, you just put off a bit of a vibe of, well, I want someone to come and talk to me, but at the same time, it's a bit of a challenge. So I think there's two parts to hello. First of all, obviously, saying hello to someone's pretty cool. We've got to be able to say hello or say hi or whatever else we do. But the other thing is to create a bit of a vibe and a bit of a feeling of being receptive to someone coming and saying hello. We don't want to be so, impervious, for lack of a better word, that there's no way into us. There's no way to connect with us, to have a conversation with us. Because we don't want to be perfect in this world either, do we? We don't want to be so perfect that no one knows how to respond or react. So the concept of hello is a pretty important thing, not just from the person saying it, but also from the person receiving the hello. We want to make it easy for each other, don't we? And of course, the argument is, what do we do once we've said hello? Well, ask a question maybe. Because conversation is not about talking to someone, it's about talking with them. And the best way to talk with someone is to ask them questions. Because people love to talk about themselves, particularly when they feel like there's a connection there. Absolutely. And so I think what Cat Empire were doing with this song, Hello, is they're actually saying hello to the world a little bit here, because, you know, we've got something to offer here. We're a bit unique and we're different, and we're kind of hoping to get a bit of a following. So we've got on you guys for just bringing this concept of saying hello and conversation into the world. So we've got an official and live version of Hello Below. 2005, out came Two Shoes, I should say. This album was actually recorded in Havana, Cuba. Now, what they actually wanted to do was to start to get a bit of a change from a bit jazz funk to more a Latin flavour, and so that's why they went to Havana to do that. This got to #1. This album, very, very big for these guys. From that, we've got the official clip on Sly. And it's an interesting song, this one too. Before we get on to that, a critic talked about this album and said, skipping merrily through alternate rock and crunching some hip hop beats. I mean, Cat Empire, kind of indefinable a little bit in many, many ways. There's just so much going on with these guys, and I think not scared to experiment and to try new things out. Sly's an interesting song. It's all about, hey, there's two sides of us. There's the side that we want the world to see, and then there's the side we don't. And I think this is kind of exploring those two sides of who we are. And certainly the side that doesn't get revealed, we're hoping we don't get caught out with it. So really, really interesting take on that particular characteristic. In July 2005, these guys performed at the iconic Cambridge Folk Festival, and that particular festival has been going since 1965. So, you know, if you've got on that festival, you know you've made it. Some 40 years after the start of Cat Empire took the stage. And around that time too, the Two Shoes was going really, really well, went to platinum status, absolutely. In 2006, these guys got asked to perform for an hour straight at the Melbourne Commonwealth Games. Well, the Commonwealth Games thought, what can we do to actually shake things up? Oh no, let's get a band just to play live, and we'll get them to play for an hour while all of the athletes walk in. So pretty big thing to be able to do there. 1 billion viewers for that. So what great exposure for these guys. Also in that year, the album Cities came out. This album went to #11 and won an ARIA Award, Australian Recording Industry Association. We've got a live version of Cities followed by the Car song, so it's always good to get a live version of bands going through their thing. So compelling, these guys, really huge. Just got something about them that's very unique, so good to get a live version in there. It's around that time also that they did a worldwide tour, including Asia, United States and Europe. They did 45 gigs over 12 countries, and so well and truly the world was getting to hear about these guys. 2007, So Many Nights. The song, the official clip of No Longer There. One of the lines from this song, what would you leave behind when you're no longer there? What a great question that one is. It's almost like, hey, if you were leaving tomorrow, this world, no, perhaps you knew you were leaving, what would you take? What would you leave behind? And I think this is a bit of a song looking at, hey, what is important and what isn't? What is it about our stuff that we take that makes us who we are? But when push comes to shove, what do we really need? So incredible song, No Longer There. 2010, Cinema. And we've got the official clip on Feeling Game. Just absolutely, you know, are we feeling game? What does that even mean? Are we getting the courage in this particular moment to do what we need to do? So official clip on Feeling Game. 2012, out came the album Still the Light, and we got Brighter Than Gold. We got the official clip on this one. Here we can see, I think, that the Cat Empire are not scared to shake things up. There's some pretty cool costuming and makeup going on this particular clip, just to get across this whole concept of, you know, brighter than gold, you know, and these guys absolutely have been brighter than gold in many ways. They have actually been able to bring a different sound to the world. So just a perfect song for these guys to sing. Incredible lyric writing. 2015, their Rising album. This album went to #1 and actually top 20 in around 16 countries around the world. It's Rising with the something I can't just read, or Rising with the Sun. There we go. I can't quite read my writing here. This album was huge, #1 in Australia, and as I said, top 20 in at least 16 countries around the world. So I thought we'd better get a live version of Still Young. Between 2003 and 2025, supposedly a new album coming out, 9 studio albums, 3 live albums, 3 compilation albums, 2 video albums, 3 EPs, and 44 singers, estimated to have sold around 1 million albums. So in the scheme of things, pretty successful. In Australia, they've won an ARIA award from 12 nominations and 2 national live albums. So, you know, acknowledged by the industry for their significance to Australian music, and not just Australian music, but worldwide music. And, you know, those guys are still going. They've been around for some, quarter of a century. So, you know, pretty good to see that some bands like these guys and the uniqueness that they bring to this world, not scared to shake things up and be different. Absolutely. And so it's good to be able to give the Cat Empire a bit of a tribute today. So the links to those 8 clips are in the description below. And I've also included my last video from Henry Mancini, just for something completely different. Well, if you come back for another one, or this is your first time to Live Reflections to Music, how great to see everybody here. Well, that's it for today. Next time we're going to get on to the legendary country music performer, Johnny Cash. So until then, I'll catch you around. Bye for now.